everything surrounding the death of Jirongo, the former Lugari MP. And I've had some videos where some other people are almost fighting because of some sentiments made. There have been a song that most people have been singing, the song of putting a torch in Jirongo's coffin as they bury him. And that torch should not have a lot of power. It should go off within a very few hours or very few days. And the purpose of putting that torch in the coffin, according to their traditions, is the torch will light up, and when it goes off, the people who are involved in the death of Jirongo will have gone off with that torch. When the torch goes off, those people are also supposed to be off. I mean, dead. They're supposed to be dead because of the culture. When it happened, when the death of Jirongo happened, they said it's an accident. People believed within the first hour, the second hour, the third hour, but questions started rising up after some scrutiny was made or were made within the circumstances surrounding the death. The first one began by examining the bus that was used that supposedly collided with Jirongo's Mercedes Benz. And the questions about the bus were as follows. Question number one: if at all that bus was on high speed, that is not the damage that could be expected. At least the windscreens of that bus should be off or they should be cracked. But the windscreens are still intact and better placed. Does that mean there's a foul play over here? Okay, people have not got answers to that question. For those who asked that question, if you got some answers on it, kindly let me know. Question number two was, by the time that bus was there, most of the people who use that circle for transportation from Nairobi to Western, they say at that time, the bus should be in Western already, not where the accident occurred. So if the bus left Nairobi as early enough, by that time, with the speed that those buses circle uses, they should be in Western already. Why was it there? That's another question. I don't know if you guys have gotten answers to that question. If you have, kindly link me up to the answers to those questions. Question number three was, if at all, wherever an accident happens in such a manner, the people who are involved in that bus, the people who are the passengers in that bus, will come down and talk about the experience. But in this scenario, none of the passengers talks about that experience. Some citing that bus had no people. Was it a designated bus or what happened? Of course, if people were there people would have stood forward and said, yes, this is what happened. People like to speak on camera and give the experience about the happenings that have happened in whatever places they're in, especially if they're involved. But in this one, no one is speaking because maybe they were not involved. So if there is no one who was involved, no passenger in the bus, what was that bus doing over whatever it was doing? So all those questions that many people are asking. And those questions have gone. Some political figures have been mentioned, those silently, not publicly, but there are those who have publicly mentioned them. Some accusing the government of foul play, that they're not trying to say the right things or the facts of what happened on the ground. After the DCA came in and checked on what happened during that time or within that time, they gave a very contradicting statement from what the driver of the bus said. The bus driver said Jirongo was coming from a petrol station, of which some CCTV footage proved that, and he was on his side, so he knocked him head on. But looking at the damages of the car, Jirongo's Mercedes Benz, some people are saying if it was a head-on collision, then the tail lamps should have not been affected and the side door should not be affected. If the tail lamp and the side door has been affected, then means the bus rammed into that car and the car took there was a stretch of the bus pushing that car wherever. That is it. So that is what these people are trying to talk about. And why was there difference in the statements given by the driver? To an extent that the driver was invited again to a police station to offer another statement. Okay, put that all aside. Now let's go back to Tiriki land, where the natives or the elders of the land, because Jirongo was one of the most prominent person, if not one of the wealthiest person among the Tiriki. So his demise leaves a lot of problems within the Tiriki people and within the family. So the elders of the family says no, plus some other Western leaders who know the culture and the traditions of the people, because the government is not saying, or whoever was involved is not speaking, giving facts on what happened so that things can work the right way, let's go the traditional way. And mark you, among the Luya people, the Tiriki people are so much feared when it comes to witchcraft. They are good and their traditions are. We've had testimonies of where these people tell you to do something, fair to do it, they'll follow up onto you, and whatever they tell you will happen immediately. And the best way that these people have thought, like, we want to get these people right because we hear of rumors, but we don't have tangible evidence that the people who are involved in this. But the best way to go about this is to go through the culture. And you know what the culture will help us do? Our traditions says, if this happens, then the people who are involved are not coming out, but it happens within the people. Now let's do this. Buy a torch, bury the person in question with that torch. And that torch should not have a lot of, okay, should not have full charge. The charge should be the charge that will go for within a very few days, then it will. The purpose for the torch is that the light will find the person who was, the people who are involved in that, and judge them. So at the end, the people involved in that, when the light goes off, those people will also be off, like they will be dead. So the lighting, the power in the torch will be directly or equivalent to the days and the hours that the people who are involved will have on planet Earth. So if it goes out immediately, those people will also go out immediately. That has brought a lot of issues. There are those people who are saying that it should happen. There are those people who are saying that that should not happen. The torch should not be placed. There are those who are saying that the torch should be placed, and there are those who are saying that the torch should not be placed in the coffin. He should not be buried with the torch. And there are those who are arguing that it should. Now, this one has brought a lot of issues. There are many people who have agreed. People like Jacoya has agreed that should happen. The torch should be placed in the Santa, uh, and determine who really did whatever happened. Caleb Amisi is really voting for that. Is really voting for that it should happen. The torch should be placed in the casket. And any other leaders from Western, they are accepting that should happen. There's a couple of leaders who are not agreeing to that because they feel that should not be the best way. We are out of that, and that is not what should be happening in this era. But again, all in all, what are we going to do? We will keep our eyes open to see whatever happens next. If that will happen, well and good. We will see for the first time if that tradition is true or not. Or will there be something greater in between these? We are left with very many questions without answers, but all in all, life has to continue. We still have to continue with whatever is happening. We've not talked about the the elections, the 2027 elections that might be postponed because of some few issues. But catch with us up in the next episode as we talk about the postponing of 2027 Kenyan general elections and why that will be done. It's your host, Alan, reporting for Alan Hoy TV. The simplest way to keep us on air is to view, watch our content, subscribe, like, and share. And you can also subscribe and send us something, donate for our cause to make sure that we are moving from one place to another, to bring you the needed information as it comes in. Love you. Till next time we meet, same place, same time. Your host, Alan.